The weather is calm now in the province of Cagayan after the province was battered by Typhoon Ophel. However, residents are now dealing with the aftermath of the typhoon. Some barangays have still no electricity and internet signals, while there are other barangays that are submerged in flood. Roads were also damaged due to the impact of Ophel and the previous storms that battered the province. So far, almost 420,000 persons or 109,000 families are affected by typhoons Ophel and Nika. Around 60,000 persons were displaced and half of them are currently staying in evacuation centers. 2 people were injured by events caused by the storms, while authorities are still looking for 2 missing persons.
And still, yung mga evacuation centers din sa ibang area na affected na ng typhoon ay nasira din. And then also there are ilang areas din sa Cagayan, if I'm not mistaken, na hindi rin maabot ng tulong kasi isolated yung area nila. So gumagawa pa sila ng paraan.
Nika and Ophel magkasunod eh. So walang chance after yung initial storm, walang chance of recovery yet.
Pahinga eh.
Oo, walang pahinga. So even PBBM said it's useless to try to go into recovery mode because masisira lang ulit.
Yes.
But to get more information about the latest in Cagayan, we have their Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office Head, Ruel Rapsing. Sir, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Brunch.
Good morning to you and to all of your listeners.
Opo. Sir, this is Angela po. No? Kumusta na po yung sitwasyon dyan sa Cagayan? At ilang lugar pa rin po ba yung lubog sa baha?
Yes, all of our MDRMOs right now, busy sila sa damage assessment po. To say operations ng kanilang mga municipalities, especially municipalities of Bagao, Alcala, Santa Ana, and Gonzaga. Dito po kasi Super Typhoon Ophel. And marami po kasing flash floods na nangyari yesterday, especially doon sa Gonzaga and Santa Ana, where nasira po yung bridge connecting Santa Ana to Gonzaga. So medyo isolated ngayon yung Santa Ana, wala tayong madadaanan. Ang alternate route lang ng mga tao by foot, umiikot sila going to Santa Ana. Pero wala tayong alternate route magamit yung mga motorists going right now.
Ilan po ba yung mga residente natin na nandoon sa isolated area na yon, sir?
The population ng Santa Ana is around 18,000, ano?
Alright.
Yes, sir. Ano po magiging epekto ng Typhoon Pepito na papasok na possible po na tumama rin sa Central and Northern Luzon sa inyong efforts po with regards to recovery and helping yung mga kababayan natin?
Yes, itong pagpasok po ni Pepito, hopefully hindi na siya umakyat pataas at umabot kahit sa Upper Cagayan, ano? At magbagsak siya maraming ulan. Because for sure, whatever yung rainfall sa Upper Cagayan like Vizcaya, Quirino, and Isabela, pupunta pa rin po sa amin dahil kami ang catch basin dito sa Bukid po.
Sir, can you give us a full picture of our kababayans po yung mga nandoon mismo sa evacuation centers? Kamusta po sila? How many po yung nandoon sa mga evacuation centers?
Well, we evacuated yesterday 29,000 individuals. Right now, since sunny na, yung iba na hindi highly susceptible to rain-induced landslide, ay pinapauwi na po natin. So, mga highly susceptible to rain-induced landslide lang, we make sure na hindi bibigay yung kanilang mga kalupaan doon. Baka magkaroon pa additional na problema. Konti na lang nandun sa evacuation centers po natin.
Right.
Yes, Sir Well, no, anong nakikita niyong pinaka-pangangailangan ngayon ng mga kababayan natin in and out of the evacuation centers? Sapat po ang supply ba natin ng tubig, of course, communication lines, medicine?
As to lifeline po, communications and water, hindi namin problema. Although there are interruptions, yung local distributor natin, yung Kagelco, is trying all their best para ma-restore po yung power natin.
Okay.
Given nga po nitong mga pinagdadaanan ng Cagayan, are we recommending po ang Cagayan ay malagay sa under state of calamity?
After Julian po, we placed the province under state of calamity, ma'am, and it's still in effect. 90 days naman po ang state of calamity natin. So it's not necessary for us to declare again the province under state of calamity.
Pero with regards po sa pondo ng probinsya, is it sufficient po given na sunod-sunod po ang typhoon na tumama sa northern area?
Yes, yes sir. It's still sufficient. May pondo pa po yung ating local government, provincial government, even our local governments, no, yung kanilang mga ira. Somehow, yung nadideplete lang ay yung quick response fund, which is the 30% of the 5% of the ira po. Yung andyan pa po yung Eldrim Fund natin, but the quick andyan po yung nagamit na natin.
Okay.
Of course, we would also like to know, Mr. Rueli, yung kung meron po ba tayong mga naitalang mga injured na residente po ng Cagayan, may nawawala. Go ahead po.
Yeah, as to missing, meron po kaming dalawang nai-report. Dalawang nangangahoy after Nika, no? After Nika left the country, may dalawang nangangahoy na sa ilog dahil napakarami pong mga kahoy na naanod from our from upstream Cagayan. Para po sila. But until now, we're still conducting search and rescue, trying to find the missing persons. But somehow, as to casualty, wala po kaming reported on casualties mula pa kay Enting until itong kay Opel.
And I just want to go back po dun sa mga areas na nabanggit po ninyo kanina na isolated, dahil po yung mga daanan po doon ay impassable na. Can you give us a picture po kung ano po yung sitwasyon doon? Ito po ba impassable because of baha or may mga natumbang mga puno or poste? And ano po yung, what's our game plan po para maabot po natin yung tulong doon sa mga residente na stranded po doon sa other side of the area?
Well, it's a bridge connecting Santa Ana to Gonzaga. And that bridge na nasira po siya dahil sa flash flood yesterday. Napakaraming punong kahoy na inanod din pababa. Sa tatat ng flash flood po natin, nasira po yung dalawang approach. Yung approach doon sa Santa Ana at dito sa Gonzaga. So no motorist would be able to pass through the San Jose Bridge po. So ang ginagawa kababayan natin ay umiikot na lamang po paikot ng Gonzaga going to Santa Ana by foot.
Okay. Mr. Rueli, yung nga pong nabanggit din ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte weeks ago, no, about President Bongbong Marcos tungkol po sa mga EDCA sites natin na po pwede natin ma-utilize, no, para nga po dito sa mga biktima ng bagyo. Meron po tayong isang EDCA site sa may Cagayan. Are we utilizing that po?
The EDCA sites po, it's being used by the national government, especially when they're bringing relief po dito. If whenever they have activities po dito, yung mga personnel din ng EDCA during hydromet events, they go to our emergency operations center, our incident command post. They try to visit with us yung mga evacuation centers po. But somehow it would really depend on the government. We have advised us the Philippine government must have at least a request for them to also help us on giving relief and be part of the humanitarian
Right.
All right. With that, thank you so much, Cagayan PDRRMO Head Rueli Rapsing, for joining us on Brunch this morning. Stay safe, sir, and we'll continue to stay in touch.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo and to all the listeners and viewers.
Thank you.